Quietly, the children wait, with eyes that shine like knives, brightening the fading world through which I daily walk my grown uncertain way from death to life. Untaught and unafraid, they watch with their blades bare, blades where appetite glistens as on visionary tongues, keen to cut at a world that tastes so new.
Yes, sir. See ya.
Right.
Sugar.
Please.
Johnny, do you want to drink those? Please. Yeah.
Tom.
Margaret. Johnny.
Jump in.
Once, a child, I waited like children waiting now. I too had surgeon's eyes that instantaneously severed from time all time, except tomorrow. I too looked at the parents making a home for me, using trowel and timber, but more, their heart and brain. I saw a home that I was bound to destroy.
Good morning, everybody.
I shall pass through this world but once. Any good thing, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness I can show to any fellow creature, let me do it now. Let me not defer nor neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again.
I like God because I think he's got a beard and he's got brown curly hair. He's got a beard right round his mouth. And he loves everybody. In Boots it says it took God only 8 days to make the world. It can't be true, it just can't be true. God can never die. He's got his own power to stay alive. And he helps people rise from the dead. I'm sure he could do that to me. You're alive in heaven, aren't you? Are you alive in heaven?
Come on, let's do that. Now it's changing greeny at the bottom.
Oh, it's happening.
Then it might have a reaction on the jelly and on the copper sulfate. Not real crystals. I'm getting green. A bluey green.
It's fun.
If you think about it, what scientists have found out about the space and that, I think why do you have to go and pray? Because you might be praying to just nothing. Just praying to nothing. And singing to nothing.
Because we're trying to make explosives. That's the bit we like.
Stand still. Now you're on the moon. Stand quite still because you're going to be changed into a moon man. Your arms will grow longer. Watch them grow. Your legs grow longer. Look at your legs growing longer. Your head grows bigger. Your whole body grows bigger. Swell out.
I know how we kill the chickens. Right. I do. Yeah, I do. First of all, they choose out the fattest and the oldest. They never choose young ones. I know. And they don't choose weak ones. They always choose ones that are just right. And then they cut the back of the neck. They don't cut the head off. They just cut the back of the neck. Oh, that's not how my uncle did it. Oh, that's how they do it at Mr. Pugh's. And then all blood pours out. Until there's no blood left. My daddy said we're going somewhere this afternoon. We're going to have a look at the hospitals. And when we got there in the taxi, my mummy come out with a little baby. And when we got back, she started to cry. And I said, "What are you crying for?" And then I leaned over the pram and I said, I'm glad now I've got a baby sister. I'll have someone to play with. My mummy started to cry because she was happy. And so I started to cry because I was happy. And now she's grown up, I wish that I never said that because she's always crying.
The wind stood up and gave a shout. He whistled on his fingers and kicked the willow leaves about and thumped the branches with his hand and said, "He'll kill and kill and kill." And so he will. And so he will.
Well, I don't like war. I like peace, like we say in prayer. And I don't like what they're doing in Japan and all these things all across the world. It wastes people's lives. It leaves some people homeless and without mother. It leaves children without mothers and fathers. It's just stupid. They don't gain anything at all by war. All you wasted money with people's lives. Just waste money on bullets and planes. I like war best though. I don't like to see films with fighting in them. I always like them.
Well, I'd like to be a soldier. And go out to these battles.
They want to destroy the entire nations of the world and have the world just for themselves. All the air and all the food and all the money, just for themselves. It's plain greed.
I'd just fight for my country.
Man might change into a monster and just fade away, and then the earth wouldn't have any inhabitation.
It's not fair.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps medicine go down the medicine, go down the medicine, go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps medicine go down in a most delightful way.
Another tenth would be 0.2. What would 5 tenths be? Well, let's put it down. 5 tenths.
First of all, you measure your string until it comes to 9 inches. And then there's 3 people, and one of them times while the other one counts.
One half. Now we're doing it here with hundreds. Right?
Yes. The height of the tallest tree, the height of the prefabs, height of the washrooms, height of the cub hut, height of the lamppost. Okay.
Make a third rectangle 3 inches wide and 4 inches long. Make a fourth rectangle 4 inches wide and 5 inches long.
I just don't like mad dogs, and that's what it is. One night, 2 children went to bed. They had a strange dream about witches and monsters which came into their room. The children asked the monsters a question. Where do you come from? We come from Pluto. Where is Pluto? It is the land of ice and snow. Is it very cold there? It is very, very cold. If you go back to Pluto, please may we come? You might. Why do you say we might? It just depends whether we can find the spell. Which spell? A very strange spell. So the witches set to work to find the spell in their spell books, which were 1 foot thick and 2 feet long. They found the spell at last. Look, I found it. Thank you. It says take 4 white mice whiskers, 2 pieces of blotting paper, and a lump of snow. But they could not get the lump of snow because it was summer on Earth.
We shall go and see if we can find any snow.
At last the witches found what they thought was snow, but it was only pretend snow, and when they mixed it, when they held up the spell, the smoke sent them away. And when the children woke up, they remembered their dream.
I was in a field in Greece, and suddenly the field opened up, and out of it came a minotaur. It was all brown and looked more like an elephant with brown skin and without its trunk. It came out and I ran for my life, but I got pricked with a barbed wire round the field, and I was stuck there, so it pointed with its hoof as if to say, go down. So I went down into this sort of labyrinth where there was all dead people bleeding.
When I'm in bed and I get scared, because you see, next door are always creeping about. And, you know, you can hear the floorboards creaking. When I'm in bed, when there's funny noises, I jump out quick and shout me dad. I say, I've just heard something creaking and it's only cold shed door. I'm frightened of these people when they say on television at the news that murderers are going around and all that. I think that one's creeping up at the window with a big knife to chop off my head or something like that. A ghost creeping through the window. Something like that. A bat going to come and poison me. Feel all funny. I had a dream and there was a giant in it. And it was my mummy's washing day and the giantesses. Invisible things. And ghosts and men with all crooked hands and all, sort of feathers on them. Oh, I get very scared. Very, very scared indeed. I get very scared when I feel when they say when you're going to die. I get very, very scared. My dad rushed out of bed, came in and he said, "What's the matter?" I couldn't get to sleep after that, so he brought me some biscuits and milk in, and I went off to sleep. I feel okay when he comes back in because I know someone else is with me then. And when I'm in bed, I always get my daddy's hand and I keep hold of the covers, and if anyone picks me up and takes me to their house, a witch's house, the covers will come and my mummy and daddy will wake up and they'll shoo the witch away or something. Let's be going to my mum and dad's bed, and I'm still the same sometimes when I go into my mum and dad's bed. Still the same in there, and they're dreaming as well.
Hey,
I think my job as a headmaster is to create an atmosphere where the children are going to learn to live in the community. They've got to learn to live and to learn to love.
If children come to you when you're in trouble, you're doing something that's necessary and you're all right. Your relationship is right. But it's not a fair weather friendship. You can shout at them, but you shouldn't have favorites. Children are terribly fair-minded.
The child lives its life from day to day. It doesn't think too much ahead. Every day, these children have a new tree to climb.
I'd like to be a scientist.
I'd like to be a scientist.
A lady doctor.
Like a nice husband. I'd like a millionaire. A model. You put dresses on and you walk out on a platform and you get £100 a week.
I want to be a nurse and then get married. And then if my children get hurt, I know what to do to them.
Well, I think about this now. Many times I think about this. If they did drop this thing, if they did drop this bomb and so forth, and I think where I'd go, what would I do with the kids? Where would I go? And who would I grab first? Who would I see to first? Robert, Jenny, John, Margaret. Who am I going to see to? And that, I do worry about that. Many times, same as when I've gone to bed. And I sit there, lie there, and I think about these things.
Well, the good, happy times, that's all. The comradeship between us and the laughter would be spread out, I suppose, the children, and I'd like them to keep coming home.
I sometimes feel a little doubtful as to the wisdom of bringing a family of 3 that we've got into the world when you see the mess that it could get in. This, of course, a very difficult thing to decide upon, because if everybody thought the same way, it would be a poor state.
And now, men has done quite a lot of inventions, but he's still not sure about a lot of things. In the future, he will either go back to being primitive, or he may build more and more rockets, start exploring the other planets, making more and more buildings, and trying to solve all the mysteries there are still to solve.
And quietly the children wait, their eyes shining like knives, brightening the fading world through which I daily walk my grown, uncertain way from life to death.